Okay, to commence with the great name of God who has created us and who has created this beautiful nature. Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're doing all the best, and I am glad to see you happy and healthy here. Okay, and also thanks for having me here and giving me this opportunity to speak in front of you. Okay, now I want to start my today's presentation with a nice saying from Roberto. He says, the struggle you are in today is developing the strength you need tomorrow. Don't give up. Okay, as you know that this is a nice thing, as you know that we all encounter different kinds of challenges, difficulties, and miseries at the beginning of our life. And also we are confused how to overcome these challenges and miseries. Okay, as you know that it is a kind of experience, yes, that how we overcome our difficulties and miseries, and also it makes you strong and prepared for the future. Okay, and today I'm going to talk about a specific topic, memory. Okay, before I go over this topic, I want to ask you this question. Okay, who remembers what they ate for dinner last Saturday? Okay, do you remember? Yes, I remember I ate egg in my uncle's home. Okay, I think you need the time to think about it. Yes, and until you think about it, I want to go over three types of memory. The first memory is sensory memory, and the second one is short-term memory, and the last one is long-term memory. Okay, at first, it is better to know something about the memory itself, about the definition of memory. So what is memory? Okay, memory is the ability to store, retain, and recall the information. When we think about it, who we are, we probably think about the events we have experienced in our life. We think about the people we have known, as well as the opinions and feelings we have about something. Okay, all this information is stored in a variety of the brain systems that handle different types of memory. Okay, these memories are sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Okay, the first type of memory is sensory memory. Okay, this type of memory is extremely short, generally about 100 or 500 milliseconds. Okay, from the word sensory, as we all know that this kind of memory is related to our sense. Okay, this memory concerns the initial moment we perceive about something with our sense. For example, think about tactile memory, tactile sensory memory. Okay, think about tactile sensory memory. Okay, for example, the first time when I want to touch the TV, the toughness of the TV will continue in my mind after I take my hand away, just for a very short period of time. Just for 100 or 500 milliseconds, the toughness of the TV will continue in my mind. Okay, and the second example, think about the visual sensory memory. Okay, to demonstrate this type of memory, I am going to display a picture on the screen, and I want you to be cautious and look at the screen carefully, and then tell me what you will get from the picture. Okay. Ready? Okay, it is about milliseconds. Be cautious. Okay, now, can you tell me what did you get from the picture? No, you might say that we didn't see it even completely, yes? Yes, but according to researchers, we all see the picture and all the details in the picture. But we can explain it to others because our visual sensory memory is extremely short, about 100 or 500 milliseconds, and it doesn't have the time to move the information into our short-term memory or long-term memory. Okay, and also what is the purpose of sensory memory? Okay, it has two purposes. The first one, to give the brain some time to store the incoming sensation. Okay, and the second purpose is to allow us to see the world as an unbroken stream of events. Okay, these are two purposes of sensory memory. Okay, and the second type of memory is short-term memory. Okay, in short-term memory, we are not talking about the milliseconds. We are talking about the times that is more than a few seconds. Okay, most of the information that gets into our sensory memory is forgotten, but the information we turn our attention to with the goal of remembering it, may pass into our short-term memory. Okay, short-term memory is the place where a small amount of information is can be kept for more than a few seconds, but usually less than a minute. Okay, and also keep this in mind that our short-term memory is limited in both the length and the amount of information that it can keep. Okay, and also according to researchers, our short-term memory just can store 7 pieces of information just for 20 or 30 seconds. 7 pieces of information just about 20 or 30 seconds, not more. Okay, and also the process that our short-term memory and also the process that we make sense of or modify or store the information in the short-term memory is called or is known as working memory. Although it is called memory, but it is not a kind of memory that stores the information. Yes, it is just a series of procedural or operation. Okay, and also how to improve our short-term memory. Okay, one way to improve our short-term memory is using working memory to rehearse something. For example, if someone tells you a phone number, okay, now you need to use your working memory to rehearse it and in order to store it in your short-term memory. Okay, and the last type of memory is long-term memory. Okay, long-term memory is the storage memory. It can keep the information for a long time in our mind. Okay, and also researchers believe that the long-term memory can keep the information as little as 30 seconds and as long as our whole or entire life. For example, I still remember the name of my teacher and also his image is clear in my mind. Although he was my teacher many years ago. It is in my long-term memory. Okay, and also in long-term memory we have 2 subtypes of long-term memory. First one is declarative memory, and the second one is procedural memory. Okay, declarative memory is the facts, opinions, and also the names that is consciously available to us. Okay, and also procedural memory is our knowledge of moving, for example, when we ride a bicycle or play with a piano. Okay, all in all, today we have talked about 3 types of memory: sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. Thanks for your nice attention. If you have any question or suggestion, I'm here. Yes.
You've got a question, sir? Okay, thank you, sir. It was fabulous. I've got a question here.
Yes, sir.
There were 2 types of memory you mentioned in your talk.
Yes.
First one is short-term. Next one is the long-term.
Yes.
According to research, our brain is divided into 2 categories of parts. What is the right part? And the second one is the left part.
Yes.
Which type of memory do you think belongs to which part of our mind?
I think it depends. For example, if my For example, if I working with my right side, for example, with my right hand, yes,
Right
and
hand.
also my right side of the brain is active, yes, and also
Uh-huh.
yes, and also the long-term informations or my long-term memory is in the right side of my brain.
Uh-huh.
Yes, and
It means those who are right-handed,
yes,
their right side of brain is smarter than their left side. Those who are left-handed
yes,
is the opposite.
it's exactly when those who write with their right hand, also their right side of the brain is so active. Yes, and also vice versa.
That means there is a direct bond between our right hand and our mind.
Yes, exactly.
Very well. Sir, which one do you think is smarter? Long-term, short-term?
Short term is active.
It is smarter than the long-term.
Yes, exactly. It is so active, and also it is very important in our daily life, as you know that. Now I don't think that you don't. I think that you don't remember the name of a person, the name of the person that I mentioned at the beginning of my presentation. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
you just yes, you just remember
focus
it.
on the same.
Yes, exactly, for the short time.
For the short time.
Yes, it means that your short-term memory is active.
More
rather.
important
Yes.
and smarter than the long-term.
Yes. Exactly.
Does not it differ to person? Isn't it different from person to person?
Yes, sir. I don't think that it differ.
Does our age
Yes.
affect the memory?
Yes, exactly. When
How?
we are, for example, elderly people, yes, their mind is, for example, we can say that weak rather than a child or a young person. Yes.
Mm-hmm. It means younger
Yes.
have smarter memories
Yes,
than
exactly.
the elderlies.
Yes.
Thank you, God. Is there any other questions? No questions.
Any question?
Thank you. It was so much awesome.